Hey, good Monday morning, everyone. My name is Barrett Smith. I'm the Senior Service Hydrologist with the National Weather Service here in Raleigh, and happy to be on talking to you about the weather over the next several days. This briefing will cover today, Monday, October the 7th, through Sunday, October the 13th, specifically, with a little bit of outlook beyond that. Getting started should be a pretty quick briefing for us today. Our weather is going to be quiet, and so with that, I'm going to go ahead and cover the tropics. And we've of course got Hurricane Milton, which I'll touch on in just a second, down in the Gulf of Mexico. A couple other storms, post-tropical storm Kirk in the North Atlantic, and Hurricane Leslie out in the Central Atlantic, and then one other area of disturbed weather that the Hurricane Center is watching with a lower probability of development. So those ones out in the Atlantic, not expected to be of any impact to Central North Carolina. And Hurricane Milton itself, not expected to directly impact us, but getting a lot of attention, and deservedly so. Here's a little bit more about Milton, spinning down in the southwest Gulf of Mexico, just west of the Yucatan Peninsula. A lot of strengthening overnight, a very well-defined eye now. It is up to a Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, with winds, I think, peaking right now at about 135 knots, 155 miles per hour. It is expected to strengthen some more, potentially becoming a Category 5 hurricane later today as it moves towards the east, and then eventually we'll start to move towards the northeast and then turn back a bit towards the east around the time that is expected to make landfall somewhere in the general Tampa area. Of course, that could still vary several tens of miles north or south, but right now you can see the track there, expected to make landfall sometime later on Wednesday into early Thursday on the west coast of Florida. It will, after strengthening today, it expected to incur some wind shear and weaken a little bit later on Tuesday and into Wednesday. Weakening, of course, is relative. When you're talking about a Category 5 hurricane, it may drop down to a Category 4 or even 3, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be a very dangerous storm for the west coast of Florida. Of course, if you have any interest down there, family members, friends, they should be taking those precautions, evacuating if they need to now, because it's going to be a very dangerous storm with a lot of strong winds, and really the storm surge is going to be very, very life-threatening, along with the heavy rain and flooding. So we'll continue to monitor this along with the National Hurricane Center. I will note that it turns back to the east and moves off the southeast coast on Thursday, and so like I said, we're not expecting direct impacts from it. Coastal areas of North Carolina will see some strong rip currents and strong winds, and a little bit of a change in the track, of course, will change those impacts as well. So wanted to get that out of the way. Moving on to our weather, we've got a cold front that's moving through the area today, and this is a pretty strong cold front. It'll bring some isolated showers and storms, mostly across the coastal plain later today. Not expecting a lot of impacts from those, but the air mass behind this is going to be noticeably drier and cooler, and so by the middle of the week, we're expecting temperatures below normal, back into the 70s or even the 60s for highs, and the potential for some 40s for low temperatures later in the week. It's been probably since, I think, late April since we've seen a lot of low temperatures in the 40s. So we are headed towards fall. We're going to get a taste of that now with big high pressure over us for the latter half of the week. And it's that cold front that's actually going to steer Hurricane Milton off to the east and keep it really from impacting us. But again, want to reiterate that if you have interest along the North Carolina coast or headed down there, people down there, they are going to see some impacts from strong rip currents and strong winds. And any shifts in that track will also have an impact. So still a lot to watch with that system, but quiet weather for us. You can see from the rainfall forecast here, all the rain staying mostly down across Florida, southeast Georgia, coastal South Carolina. Very little rainfall expected here in central North Carolina over the next 5 to 7 days. With that, no excessive rainfall expected through midweek. Similarly, severe thunderstorms, just general thunder, a few isolated thunderstorms possible this evening, and then we're quiet on through the next 7 days. Our hazardous weather outlook is quiet again, just a chance of a storm later today. You see there lightning lit up. Otherwise, again, it's October, and this is typical of our weather in October. Looking out a little bit further out to 2 weeks, we are expecting the below normal temperatures that we see this week to gradually fade, and we see the probabilities of above normal returning really for most of the U.S., but it will return to us as well. So we'll see a warming trend as we head through October, and we're probably also looking at an extended period of below normal rainfall. That's welcome for a lot of areas in North Carolina, of course. And so I think through the rest of October, we're going to be below normal for a rainfall. It's a dry month anyways. So wrapping up, again, strong cold front today, below normal temperatures the rest of the week, and an extended period of dry weather is possible through really the rest of October. No impacts expected here from Hurricane Milton, but the impacts won't be far away near coastal areas. And so if you have those interests down there, please check in with our Weather Service offices in Wilmington, Morehead City, Wakefield, to see what kind of maritime impacts there could be there. So I appreciate everyone joining us today, and we will be back on Thursday. In the meantime, if you ever have any questions, just reach out to us. And if not, I hope everyone has a great week. All right.